Here we go, baby. Let's go. We got something on, and it is a fighter. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, here we go. We are on the drop shot squid with hitting 2 zones, and he is a fighter. Woo!
Some fish are legendary, some are sacred, and some will test everything you've got. Across North America, indigenous tribes have fished these waters for centuries, carving traditions, ceremonies, and survival from every catch. Now, we travel deep into their ancestral homelands to uncover stories behind the fish that shape their cultures, and catch some absolute giants along the way. From the raging rivers of the Pacific Northwest to the untouched lakes of the Great Plains, we're hooking into monsters that fed generations and diving headfirst into the traditions that keep them alive today. I'm Robert Jacobo, and this is Indigifish, Tribal Tales. Are you ready to chase something big?
What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to another episode of Indigifish. We're getting ourselves back out here in Redondo, and man, it's beautiful on the beach, I gotta say. But what we're doing today is we're going out there on the tip of a friend. We got ourselves some anchovies, and he was telling me, you know, everything loves these anchovies, man. These things are, you know, getting gobbled up. I personally haven't caught a halibut yet, so that's gonna be the main thing that I'm looking for. Now, there's multiple ways to rig this stuff up. I basically am going with a Carolina rig today to let that bait go ahead and drift a little bit with anything that may be pulling out. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. I also have my Garrett reel and dowel pole rigged up for a drop shot. So we'll go ahead and work that as well. And we got squid to go ahead and work that. And if all else fails, guys, we absolutely know that we can go ahead and hit up some sand crabs in the dirt and go ahead and get ourselves some catch. That's what we got that big, you know, giant guitarfish on, was those sand crabs. So if we go ahead and do those things, we're gonna have ourselves a good evening, even still. Now there's a special person behind the camera today, and that's Lindsay. So, and not only that, but I have the Lindsay pole. So I'm pretty stoked about it. So if anything, I'm gonna have myself a good time, because not only do I have the ocean to keep me company, but I have the woman that I love to keep me company as well. So if anything, guys, let's get ourselves out there. Let's get ourselves set up. I'll show you what I'm working with as far as my rig, and then we'll get started for the evening, and we'll start to watch a beautiful sunset as well. So anyways, stay tuned. All right, guys, so we found our spot. It looks beautiful. I mean, just take a look at that. Like, you can't ask for a better view while fishing. You know, you just have this opportunity to come out here, have a great view, have a great girl, and have some great bait. Now the next big thing that we gotta get is ourselves a nice, great big fish, or stingray, or shark, or whatever we can get. But overall, it's gonna be a fun time out there. Like, this is amazing. So what we're gonna start off with is, while the anchovies are still frozen, let's see if we can't get a couple of chovies on there, right? And by the way, I know these things stink after a while, right? So it's like you don't want to handle them, but it is what it is. That's just fishing. I'm not gonna lie, I have very little faith that these things are gonna stay on, but we will see. All right. Kind of nice having an additional camera person, I'm not gonna lie. Able to come down here with me to the water and get that nice view of what we're doing down here. Now, oh, she's gonna get wet. All right. Well, it is low tide, so make sure we're doing our little shuffle. We're not gonna try to throw this thing extra hard and get it way super out there right now with the anchovies on here. What we're gonna just try to do is really just get it a little bit past these waves, so that way we can see if there's gonna be anything in there, right? That's gonna take our bait and take a bite. Now keep in mind, like I said before, I wanna work with that Carolina rig in a little bit. So since we got this thing in the water now, we're gonna wait for a second, then we're gonna go ahead and get that thing stringed up so we can start fishing with the Carolina rig as well. But that was a successful toss with the anchovies. They didn't come off, which was amazing. I was like, not even thinking that was gonna happen. So, and it'd be really, really nice if like within, you know, just a couple of seconds, we're getting ourselves, you know, a bite or two here and there. Oh yeah, I love it. Now remember guys, these aren't necessarily nibbles right this second. What it is like the bubbles and stuff and the action and turbulence in the wave. That's kicking us around a little bit, so. All right, so I'm making a guess the chovies are definitely gone. And they are. We caught ourselves some kelp. Now the reason I brought it in is because I started to feel something pulling, but I knew it wasn't a fish. It was like way too calm, and it just felt like a drag, like something was dragging me out there. So if anything, while we're right here in the surf, let's go over here, guys. Come on, check it out. Boom. Let's see what we got. The smorgasbord. We got one big one right there. Oh, there's a monster. And another one big one. So now, let's go ahead and string them up. They're like, they know. They know they're about to get a hook. Not the best feeling in the world, but it is what it is. Remember for us to go through that shovel through the back. Nothing to it. We got the chovies out there, but I am seeing a ton of sand crabs. So we just gotta ask ourselves why not, right? So, all right, we got them on. Let's look at these guys. So they're still alive, still moving around. So technically, live bait. We got ourselves our 5-ounce sinker, pyramid sinker, goes out there, hits the ground. I pull it back a little bit, it locks in place. So, ooh. All right, we are out there. I can see you. All right, guys, we're out there. We're on a couple of sand crabs. Let's see what we can do. All right, boom, Garrett reel. Ready to make light work of whatever's out there, guys. We're excited. What? Water feels good. All right, so I don't know if you guys have gotten to see, but there's definitely a lot of action on the line, but it's not fish action, right? Like, what we're really seeing is a lot of this wave action. And you can really tell the difference when it's, you know, a wave, but maybe we might have something here. Either that or we're stuck on a big piece of kelp, which I think that might be more likely. Which in low tide is no fun because there's not a lot of waves to help bring it in. But, oh, nice. Thank you for being easy at the end. That was nice. Good little arm workout, gave me a good pump, but not the fish that we're looking for. So let's go ahead and get baited up. I'm gonna throw some squid on here, but even more than that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the Carolina rig lined up, so that way we can go ahead and get that out there as well. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and tackle it 2 at a time and make sure that we're just doubling our odds, guys. So let's get out there, or let's get back up there, get rigged up, and then get back out here fishing. All right, stay tuned. So really quick, you guys can check this out too. I'm bringing this loop through, and it's gonna be kind of like a version of a snell. I'm gonna come around here and just loop it around. I'm gonna do probably 10 to 12 times, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 11. Here we go. 12, and then our next move is we take this tag end, right? I'm gonna put my finger here on the end of this. And so this part of the hook is kind of helping us keep that in place, but we're gonna take this tag end here and we're gonna put it through that loop. Once again, take this tag end, put it through that loop, cinch that down, right? Till it gets down to this bottom here. And then what we're gonna do is now we can bring this down off of that hook and cinch it tight, right? Oh. So cinch that tight, and nothing's really gonna break that off as far as what we're looking to catch here in the surf. And I kept my Carolina rig relatively simple, right? That sliding wake, it may end up causing some abrasion on this test. It's very light as far as test goes, but I wanted it for casting purposes. Then what's gonna end up happening is that weight is gonna sit on the ocean floor, right? And as that sits on the ocean floor, this bait is gonna continuously keep drifting out and come back and drift out and come back and drift out, and so on and so forth, while the weight stays in place as much as possible. Now, obviously we're fighting surf and all kinds of different stuff out there, kelp, you know, but what happens is that bait now has more of an opportunity to look a little bit more natural, floating in the water and stuff and kind of moving around. and fish are more inclined to take a bite of that because it's not just sitting there in an unnatural position like we were doing with our drop shot, where it just was like sitting there, right? The drop shot, the weight hits the ground first, and then suspended in two different zones are the two different baits. But here we have something that's just gonna float naturally in whatever direction it needs to go with the current, looking a lot more natural to those fish, way more inclined to eat it. So let's go ahead and get some squid on here, is what I wanna go with next. Well, actually, no, let's not do squid. The challenge was to get a couple of sand crabs and put those sand crabs on here. That's what the challenge was on Instagram. So let's go ahead and go down there and get ourselves some sand crabs, and we're gonna go ahead and put that to the test. And once again, we are in the sand crab heaven right here. All we gotta do is literally just put our hand in the ocean or in the dirt, and they're right there. Boom, that's one. And I don't want them to be too oversized. I need them to be somewhat medium sized. I wanna have two of them on there, because that was the challenge as well. The guy had two on his hook. Oh, that was a good one. That's a decent one. But you can see somebody already hooked him before. I know. That's a decent one. All right, we got a couple of crabs on there. We're gonna get this thing out there as far as we can. Now, the cool thing about the Lindsay, right? This is what I call the Lindsay because her favorite color is green. Now, this thing is an 8'6" pole, has some great whip to it. The only thing is sometimes it whips a little too hard. The other day I was whipping a lure and that thing just cracked right off. So I gotta be a little gentle with it. But ultimately, this thing is gonna get us pretty far and decent out there. So stay tuned, guys. I think I can't see my line at all, huh? Sometimes I want to ask these people, like on Instagram and stuff, like where they're surf fishing, because I got a 3/4 ounce sinker on there and it should be holding up just fine. However, oh, could we have something on the line? Or was it just a wave? Yeah, I'm like, where do they surf fish? Because this stuff is like just getting beat up. That must have had some crazy undertow because it like straightened out, but like I'm not feeling bites. Come this way. Ah, Carolina rig from Instagram sucked. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? It's just too light of a setup for the freaking surf, man. Like, it's just not happening. We are getting kicked around all over the place. And, you know, I'm going back to the 5-ounce pyramid sinker. We're going drop shot right now. I'm comfortable with it. I'm gonna get this thing freaking flying way out there, and it's gonna be fun, guys. Like, let's have fun for the remainder of the day, but just turn around real quick. Look at that. That is awesome. That's worth coming out here for. Like, that right there is a sunset to fish too. So anyways, but we're gonna get out here. We got squid on the line now. I love working with squid personally. The sand crabs, they just weren't doing it for right now. We got the squid on the line. We got the 5-ounce drop shot pyramid sinker. This thing's gone through battles. Look at this thing. Has been drug all over the ocean floor. It is just beat up. Man, so anyways, let's get this thing out there. I'm gonna shoot it off like a rocket. All right. I'm just glad I get to show a little bit of personality now, you know, like. Oh yeah. We're getting pulled out right here. So this, I feel, is just a great spot. Well, actually, let's keep going. It's relatively shallow. We're like on a sandbar. Let's throw in this direction because I'm walking out on a sandbar right now. And to the left-hand side of me, it's actually, it like falls off a little bit of a cliff. So yeah, let's get that thing out there. Woo! Let me see your hood or something. Right here. I just want to wipe that a little bit. It's a speaker. That big wave got me there. Just a tad bit. I was like, no, don't go in. Yes, pampered fisherman. No, I still have it.
Oh, hell yeah!
All right. Woo! Here we go, baby. Let's go. We got something on, and it is a fighter. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, here we go. We are on the drop shot squid with hitting 2 zones, and he is a fighter. Woo! Let's go and let him run a little bit. It's a tad. Just a tad. Only because I like the sound of the reel, baby. I love the sound of the Garrett. Look at the Garrett just making work. All right. Tighten it up just a tad bit. All right, let's go ahead. Keep reeling them in, right? What we're doing is we're tiring them out with that drag, right? Just think about it. It's like being on a bicycle or Peloton, right? You turn up that resistance and you're still exercising. All of a sudden, like you start getting tired out. So, and this feels like it could be either a guitarfish or a leopard shark. That's gonna be my guesses. What do you got, Lindsay?
I think it's gonna be a halibut.
Halibut. Oh! Oh man. Woo! We got the forearms pumped, Dad. Forearms are burning. Come on. Let's go. Oh, there was a tail. There's a tail. There we go. Can you see him out there?
No.
Right here, right here. Let's bring him in, let's bring him in, let's bring him in. There we go. He's in the surf now. Yes. Woo, we got ourselves a guitarfish, guys. And he is still all powerful. He is tons of power, tons of power. Oh, yeah. Woo! Yeah, baby! We got it. That's what's up.
That's the biggest one yet.
That's the biggest one I've caught yet.
Let me see him before you put him in the sand.
Oh, sorry. Just gets knocked.
You have that?
I do. I do. Let's get that off of him. Really quick, watch your feet. Hey, I got grip, bro, and I don't want to use it if I don't have to. Now, that is definitely the biggest guitarfish that I've caught thus far. So cool. Shovel-nosed guitarfish or shovel-nosed sand shark, whatever you want to do, right? They got those gills down at the bottom. They breathe through the bottom and push it up through those vents in the top. And that's how they're breathing. And that's how they just engulf. And that's what he did today, is he just engulfed my bait, my squid. So this guy is definitely a monster. Now, I have a sports fishing book that's in the house, and they said in the sports fishing book that these guys max length 2 feet. I'm 6'2" or 6'1", right? And this thing is half my body length. So easily 3 feet in length. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get this guy back in the water. Such a beautiful specimen. He's gonna kick a little bit, but let's go. Mwah. Love it. Woo! Mwah. Let's get him back. You wanna kiss him, Lindsay? All right, thank you, buddy. Mwah. Such a good fight. That was so much fun. And he's off. He is off in a good way. Woo! Bam! That's what's up. All right, now we can go home. Successful, successful. The monkey stays off the back, baby. Yes. Anyways, guys, you know what? I had such a good time and it was so much fun. Thank you to my girl, Lindsay. I love her. And she's been behind the camera this whole night. So, you know what? That's what we're going out to, guys. That's what we got. Beautiful sunset, huge guitar fish, having such a good time. So, until next time, guys, I really appreciate you being here. Take care.